Okay, I think we have everything set up. Drinks, food, and especially snacks. Mm-hmm. I even made sure to get all your favorites because, hey, that's what best friends do. I can see you've already eaten half of them. I've got even more downstairs in the snack cupboard. Don't worry about it. Just, in case you didn't know. I mean, you know where it is, right? You've been over to my house like a million times. You have to know where the snack cupboard is by now, right? Anyway, now our sleepover can finally begin. So before we watch a movie and snuggle or something, I mean, hey, if you're up for snuggling, that is, you know, just as best friend snuggling, of course. But anyway, what I am getting at here is, I was wondering if you could help me out with something first. See, I've been writing this story, right? And I was wondering if you could give me your feedback. Yeah, your honest feedback about it. I mean, it would really help my writing process. And, well, it's still in the early stages. It's more of an outline, really. But I was thinking I could quickly run through the main points and you could tell me your thoughts. Would that be alright with you? Great. That's great. I'm so glad to hear it. Okay, so where do I begin? Well, first of all, I guess I should give you the main character. So, she's a girl with a hair color, just like mine. And she lives in a house, just like this one. And she has this friend of hers with an eye color, just like yours. Yes, in fact, this friend of hers is a gorgeous girl, quite like yourself. In fact, very similar features to yourself. This main character, she loves her friend very, very much. Much more than just a friend. But the friend is very dense and never seems to realize it. In fact, in all honesty, the main character is worried that her gorgeous female friend will never notice her, and she feels that maybe she's a bit slow to read between the lines in general. So the main character is worried about this. Okay, so what do you think of my character so far? Nothing is wrong with her so far. Right? Right. Nothing is wrong with her. She didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, so the main character is madly in love with this girl. I'm talking about 200% crazy, head over heels, absolutely nuts in love. This girl is making her lose her marbles. But I mean, hey, hopefully that's not the only thing that she'll lose. But it's really difficult when the friend is so dense. Anyway, so she really loves this girl, but she can't confess. What if she gets rejected? She could never take that. It could even ruin their friendship. And that's the one real emotional connection she has. Everything else feels so lifeless and fake to her. So she really doesn't have the heart to confess directly. There's too much she could lose. So she tries to sort of feel things out, if you get what I'm saying. She tries to make little allusions here and there, trying to test the girl's reaction, seeing if it is okay to confess yet. Sometimes she even flirts in a sort of indirect way, but of course, her friend is hopelessly dense, so this sort of method never really works for her. She even asks to snuggle a lot, and when she gets to, she makes these flirty remarks like, "Aw, you're so good at snuggling. Aw, you're so good at snuggling. I wish I was the girlfriend of a cute girl who snuggles like you," or something like that. But somehow, her best female friend, who she has a huge crush on, doesn't seem to get it, of course. She still doesn't notice. The girl does everything trying to get this friend's attention. She makes sure to always keep all of the friend's favorite snacks in her cupboard, but of course, the significance of this goes unnoticed. Okay, so now, what do you think of her so far? Right? So far, so good. She didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with her trying to be indirect and test the waters. Nothing wrong with her trying to protect her relationship and her happiness. If anything, the girl should have noticed her feelings. Am I right? But I'm still not done. Let me get on with the story. So, the girl just really can't get enough of her friend. She wants to be romantic with her. She wishes they were a couple, but she can't seize that dream. So she fantasizes a little bit. You know, innocent little fantasies. Everyone has them about their crush, right? She does too. Innocent little fantasies, like holding hands with her, hugging her, getting married to her. But that's still not enough, and she just wants to bring that fantasy just a little bit into reality. So she takes a photo that she has of her and this amazing friend of hers, and then she edits it a little bit to make it look like a wedding photo. Wedding dresses and all. They're both in beautiful wedding dresses. Oh, it's so lovely, so beautiful. And it makes her so, so, so happy to finally have a little bit of reality to her fantasy. You know, something tangible. She looks at that photo every day, every night. She makes it her phone background. She frames a copy and even sleeps next to it. It's the one thing that gives her peace of mind when she's usually always such an insomniac from not getting her happily ever after. But she can't be satisfied with that. Not with just a photo. It's still missing something. Her fantasy just isn't physical enough. She thinks of all the times that she's snuggled with this friend, special, special friend, and how lovely it would be to feel that even when she's not around to snuggle, she could think about her friend's sweater, and if she wore that sweater, it'd sort of feel like she was snuggling her. And she needs that. She needs that very much. So, one day, when her friend wasn't paying attention, she ever so deftly swiped the sweater and replaced it with an identical one. She gets away with it completely. She keeps a straight face the entire day. She smiles to her friend, as usual. She laughs with her, as usual. She doesn't suspect a thing. And I would ask you what you think about the main character right about now. But I already know the answer. It's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. She's just acting out of love. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with loving her friend who has your eye color, who has your hair color, who happens to love the exact same snacks as you. There's nothing wrong with the main character being a little romantic. But it's because she's so romantic that she just can't settle down. She can't be happy with just a sweater. As great as it is, it's still just a sweater, you know? It's not as great as the real thing. And she's just torn apart that she can't spend more time with her friend. Every second that she's away from her, it's just eating away at her insides, little by little, all the time. And she just can't take it anymore. She wants to spend every waking second with her. But obviously, that's not possible. So, she starts watching that friend. Oh, at first, it's just a little bit of watching from behind the bushes, or maybe from behind a car or something. And she wakes up smiling every day, knowing that today she can watch her friend again. Then after a while, she gets an idea. She sets up cameras, very hidden cameras, the kind you wouldn't notice. She sets them all over the places that her friend frequents. So now she can watch her all the time. She probably wouldn't let her sleep over every day, right? That would be unreasonable. But now she can watch her sleep every single day. It's almost like they're a couple. But they're not. They're not a couple. She's a great character, right? You don't have to say anything, because I already know. She's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. But, like I was saying, they're not a couple. And in a way, watching her friend all the time through her cameras makes her extremely aware of that. Because yes, she can see all the things her friend does, but that also shows her all the attention that her friend gets from other people. And she just feels so... When she sees her sharing meals with others, she thinks that should be me, sharing that meal with her. When she sees her laughing and joking with others, she thinks that should be me. When she sees her talking to others, she thinks that should be me. And believe me, she tries to keep it together. Of course she tries. She never does anything wrong. She tries to bury her feelings deep down within her heart because she doesn't want to hurt all these people coming in between her and her friend. Even though she might. She doesn't want to be destructive or harmful, especially not around her sweetheart. But there's no way to keep a burden like that all inside, right? Her jealousy, her resentment towards her feelings of neglect, they all get a bit more heated, day after day, until inevitably the entire thing boils over. So, finally, she invites her friend over to a sleepover, just like this one, in fact. And the one thing she wants more than anything is just to be accepted. But it's so hard to even ask for that. If it was a character in her story that felt and did all these things, and not her. But she's worried. She's still so worried. What if she isn't accepted? What if her friend, her beloved friend, what if she tries to run away? So, she has a backup plan. She has some rope that she keeps under her bed. It looks just like my bed right here. And she drugged the snacks that her friend ate earlier. You know, the very same kind of snack that you helped yourself to just now. That way, they can't get away, even if they wanted to. But why would they want to? She didn't do anything wrong. Don't you think so, too? So what do you think the friend will do now? Are you going to leave?